The Bible speaks of a time of great tribulation, a period of unprecedented upheaval and darkness before the return of Jesus Christ. Many believe we are living in those times now. Look around. Global tensions are rising. Wars and rumors of war dominate the headlines. Natural disasters seem to be increasing in frequency and intensity. These are not just random events, these are signs, warnings from God pointing to the soon return of His Son. The book of Matthew chapter 24 details the signs of the end times. Jesus himself spoke of these things, warning his disciples of what was to come. He said there would be wars and famines, earthquakes in various places. He said these things would be the beginning of sorrows, like the birth pangs that precede the arrival of a child. We are witnessing these very things unfolding before our eyes. The world is in labor. A new era is about to be born. Nowhere are the prophecies of the Bible more evident than in the Middle East. The very existence of Israel as a nation is a miracle, a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Yet Israel remains surrounded by enemies who seek her destruction. Iran in particular has vowed to wipe Israel off the map. The Iranian leadership, driven by a radical ideology, openly calls for the annihilation of the Jewish state. The prophet Ezekiel wrote of a time when a confederation of nations, including Persia, modern-day Iran, would come against Israel in the last days. The stage is being set for this very conflict. The rhetoric between Israel and Iran grows increasingly hostile with each passing day. The spectre of nuclear war hangs heavy in the air. The nations of the world watch with bated breath as the Middle East threatens to boil over. It's not just geopolitical events that point to the last days. Nature itself seems to be in revolt. The recent floods in Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina and South Carolina are just the latest examples of the extreme weather events that are becoming increasingly common. These floods have caused widespread damage, displacing families and destroying homes and businesses. Earthquakes, too, are shaking the earth with alarming regularity. Scientists tell us that seismic activity is on the rise. The Bible speaks of earthquakes in diverse places as a sign of the end times. These natural disasters are not to be taken lightly. They are a stark reminder that we live in a fallen world, a world groaning under the weight of sin. But they are also a wake-up call, a call to repentance and faith in the God who controls the wind and the waves. Section 4. Like birth pangs, understanding the times we live in. Jesus used the analogy of birth pangs to describe the times leading up to his return. Just as labor pains increase in intensity and frequency as childbirth approaches, so too will the signs of the end times. The world will experience increasing turmoil and upheaval. The darkness will deepen, but there is hope. The birth pangs, though painful, are a sign of hope. They signal that something new is about to be born. For the believer in Jesus Christ, the end times are not something to be feared, but anticipated. We know that our redemption draws near. We know that Jesus is coming back to make all things new. We can face the future with confidence, knowing that we are secure in Him. Section 5. Finding peace in the storm, the hope of salvation. The world offers no real hope in the face of such uncertainty and turmoil. But the Bible offers a lifeline, a way to find peace in the midst of the storm. That way is through faith in Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us that God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. Salvation is a free gift offered to all who will receive it. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. There is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. Turn to Jesus today. He is the only hope for the world. He's the only hope for you.